Hi, my name is Dr. Sridhar Panat. I am one of the founders of Team Videsh. I graduated with a PhD from MIT in 2022, and before that, I finished my bachelor's and master's from IIT Madras in 2017. My co-founders are Dr. Raj Dandekar and Dr. Rajat Dandekar. Both of them are graduates and toppers from IIT Madras, and they also graduated from MIT and Purdue respectively with their PhD. So I'm creating this recording to give you an overview about the structure, philosophy, and pricing of various programs that we offer as part of this Fly Videsh program. So our long-term mentorship program and scientific machine learning bootcamp is very popular. If you are specifically interested only in scientific machine learning bootcamp, you can simply go to our website flyvidesh.online and click this button, SciML Bootcamp, and you can go through those details. I'm recording this video specifically to address those students who are interested in long-term mentorship program, aim for people who want to apply abroad for master's or PhD to top US, European, or other universities. So we have divided the whole process of application into two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is all about building a research profile, and phase 2 is all about crafting a very good story in your application documents. Specifically in phase 2, we'll be working on 5 things. So if you go to the services section and click on mentorship, you will see what are the components of phase 1, and you will also see the pricing. Basically, in phase 1, we'll be either working on a review paper or on a research paper. It depends really on whether you are a complete beginner or not. If you are a complete beginner, we'll start with a review paper. Otherwise, if you already have some work which is taken to some shape, which we can convert into a preprint or into a paper or into a conference, we'll be working on research paper. The duration of either of these will be roughly 3 to 4 months. It depends on the speed with which you are working with us, and I'll show you how the exact structure of this would be. In phase 2, we'll be working on 5 aspects: resume, SOP, 3 LORs, portfolio website, and university shortlisting. These are the 5 separate components of phase 2. As a student or as a working professional, you can enroll separately in either of these, or you can also find here in the services section something called as mentorship bundles, in which we put a few of these components together. So some of our popular bundles are phase 2, all the 5 elements in phase 2 into one bundle. Pricing you can see here, 75,000 rupees. It will include SOP, resume, 3 LORs, university shortlisting, and portfolio website. In the phase 1 plus phase 2 bundle, essentially, although it writes 7 course bundle, it's basically a research paper or review paper, one of them, because we won't have realistically time to work on both, but we'll be working on either one of them, plus 5 elements from phase 2, SOP, resume, LORs, university shortlisting, and portfolio website. These 2 are very popular. There is also a 2 course bundle, SOP plus only resume. So it just extracts 2 of the most popular components from phase 2 and bundled it together. The pricing of the bundle is such that you will have a benefit if you take the bundle rather than taking all of these individual components separately. These are some other bundles which students have also been enrolling in. One is scientific machine learning researcher plan with 2 papers. If you want to know more details about what exactly is the scientific ML researcher plan, just go to this ML bootcamp link. You can read more details there. But that is another bundle that is popular. SciML 2 papers plus phase 2 is something where instead of the research paper or review paper, students or industry professionals can work on 2 scientific machine learning research papers. And this would, of course, take more time, because if you are working on 2 papers, 3 to 4 months will definitely not be enough. So this is for students who start preparation very early, and they can also add phase 2 into this. So that is this bundle. The next bundle over here is phase 1 plus phase 2, but without any LORs, because sometimes you may not have the ability to draft your own version of the LOR. Maybe professor is doing it themselves. So that is why this bundle exists. Then there is another popular bundle, which is scientific machine learning researcher plus phase 2. So instead of working on a generic research paper or generic review paper from other domains, you'll be working specifically on scientific machine learning research related paper plus all the elements from phase 2. And there is also another one here, which is phase 1 plus SOP from phase 2. So here also, again, you'll be either working on research paper or review paper, plus you'll also be working on SOP. Now let us look at these things individually, how these work, and what exactly will you be getting as mentorship from our end. So firstly, I want to make it very clear to you that the mentorship does not work through video calls or um, audio calls or meetings or those things. It works in the format of assignments. And what are these assignments? Let me show you. So let me first open this review paper part. And I'll show you as a mentor what I get to see if I'm working on this review paper. So let's say you are a student, and if you are working on, let's say, this review paper or research paper, what you will be seeing is something that looks like this. You will have access to course material like videos and other useful documents and templates of paper, overleaf drafts, etc. And once you go through these documents, you will, at the end of every single module, you will have an assignment to submit. Prior to the assignment submission, you will have an assignment video which you can watch to understand what exactly this assignment is about. So overall, if you look at this course, there are around 20 to 25 small and big assignments. And the progression of your course from selection of topic all the way till writing the paper and submitting it to one of the top journals or top conferences will happen in the form of these assignments. So all you need to do from your end is simply go through this course properly and submit the assignment with proper diligence. Spend good amount of time. So for example, one of the first assignments is identifying the topic for your review paper. So as a student, if I'm enrolling here, for example, I'll get to see what the assignment is about and to even learn what are the things that I have to be careful about before submitting this assignment. I can go through all this material. So these are videos created by us and you go through it. There will also be useful links associated with it. You can go through that. And then finally, when you submit the assignment, you can click here and then you can simply, if you're working on a Google document or Overleaf document or Microsoft Word document, you can upload them either directly as a document or a Google Drive link. Both are possible. The details are mentioned in the assignment. Like this, you will proceed. And then once you submit this, I will get to review it, which I will show you in a moment. But once you submit this, we will go through it in detail and we will give you feedback. And how will I give you feedback, or how will we give you feedback? We will give you feedback in the form of video recordings or directly feedback in the assignment portal. So let me show you how the portal looks like to me as a mentor. So as a mentor, this is how the assignment submissions look to me. So when you, for example, submit a bullet point and introduction section for our review, I'll get a notification and then I just need to click the details here and then I can see who have submitted what. And if the submission is good, so when I click this, I'll get to see the details of the submission. And let me show you how it looks like. So this paper by, for example, student named Pushkar, it was in the overleaf format. So he had submitted the overleaf link. And then what I did is I had submitted here, it was a direct review on the overleaf document itself. So there was nothing to write here for me particularly because I could make all the comments in the paper itself. But basically, you could see the quality of the paper and I could directly make edits or comments. And if it's something very quick, I can directly mention it here. Otherwise, if it's something that takes time, if the review really takes time for me to pass on, I will make a recording like this, what you are seeing right now. So the paper gets into a shape like this in the overleaf format. And once all the appropriate things are added and once the paper is in a very good shape, we will decide where to submit and we'll go ahead and submit it. So this is how all the assignments progress, irrespective of whether you are in phase 1 or phase 2. So if you are in phase 2 now, for example, you will go to, let's say you are working on the SOP. Then when you submit the SOP, before that, you will be going through certain course material like videos, which we have recorded based on what we think makes a very good SOP. We also provide very nice sample SOPs from our own application, which have been very successful. You can go through all of that. And finally, there are 3 SOP revisions. First, you submit your first draft, then the second draft, and then the final draft. And how do I see this when you submit? I can go to my admin dashboard, and if I or Dr. Raj or Dr. Rajat, if one of us is reviewing, we can see that basically here. And whenever you submit, I'll get a notification, and then I'll basically be reviewing the SOP over here. And based on, I'll give you points based on what I think the SOP has become. If it is very good, I'll ask you to make only minor modifications, but often it has also happened that the SOP was in bad shape and there were a lot of modifications needed. So here what I did is I gave the feedback by directly, this is not a Loom link, this is a Google Doc link. So what I did was I downloaded this document like Microsoft DocX, and then I uploaded it back into Google Docs, made the edits directly there, and then I shared the link here. So it was in a very good shape by this point. So that's the reason why I gave 10 out of 10. But that does not mean that there were no further edits. Of course, there were edits because this was the first version of the SOP. So this is how SOP, resume, and all the rest of the other things in phase 2, including university shortlisting, proceeds. And usually the phase 2 part, we will begin by roughly July, August. And phase 1 will start all the way starting from January. It will go all the way till September. There will be slight overlap between phase 1 and phase 2. But other than that, the phase 1 and phase 2 are completely different stages of application. In phase 1, you are primarily just focusing on research. In phase 2, you are looking at storytelling in the application. You can see all the details about pricing, everything over here. All you need to do is like go to the services section and check out the different mentorship and mentorship bundles. There is also one section called Masterclass. They are self-paced courses, which you could check out if you just want to learn things and do things completely by yourself without any mentorship. So you can see that, and you can check out these courses basically. But if there are any questions, I wanted to keep this video short. Of course, I could make this as long as I wanted because there are a lot of details to talk about. But if you want any very specific responses, you can email us at hello@flyvidesh.com. We will be getting back to you pretty quickly. So our email, I'm just typing here, it's hello@flyvidesh.com. This is the email. Just email here and we'll be getting back to you. But other than that, if you don't have any questions or something, you can go here, click here, and directly join the course without even having to send an email. And then once you join, we'll be sending you an onboarding message, and based on that, you will know exactly what to do next. So the questions about, okay, if you are working in phase 2, what to start with, what to do next, etc. All of these things will be communicated through email. We have a dedicated email just for communicating with students who are part of our LTM. So LTM batch is still ongoing for us right now. So feel free to join. If you have any questions, simply email. But I'll wind up this video because I wanted to keep it brief. But thank you so much. And if you're joining LTM, we will discuss at that point. Thank you.